Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Blue Butterfly Mystic. I'm Kate. Welcome. So this morning, Spirit's got my internal playlist going, and first I heard "Let It Be, Let It Be, Let It Be, Let It Be." Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And then I heard, I think it's Jody Messina, and she's, somebody's gonna give you a lesson and leave, and somebody's gonna give you back what you've been given, and I hope that I'm around to watch them knock you down. It's like you to love him and leave him, just like you loved me and left me. It's like you to do that sort of thing over and over again. You're a foolhardy man. Okay. So while I was getting dressed and getting my zen on, trying to figure out what this morning's message was, because I felt like I was supposed to give a message last night, but just kind of going through my own internal process. And but I'm pretty sure today we're going to talk about boundaries. And now I'm hearing Hakuna Matata. What a wonderful phrase. Hakuna Matata. Ain't no passing craze. It means no worries for the rest of your days. It's our problem-free philosophy. Hakuna Matata. I love Disney. Okay, y'all. This is my Disney villain deck that I wanted to use today, so that's funny. So I think we're being called to release things. Okay. There's a phrase that I like to use a lot, and it's what is meant for me will not pass me by. Okay. What are you meant to release? I don't know. I feel like we're talking about people or a person. I feel like specifically related to love. And what I'm being guided to tell you is it's one thing to work through a misunderstanding, and it's one thing to work through conflict, okay? But you do not have to go and campaign or convince anybody that they should be in your life, okay? People who are meant to be in your life will be, okay? I'm also being guided to say that, and this is really hard, all right? Love is never wasted. 408 on the timer I just saw. Sometimes people come into our lives to teach us something about ourselves. And sometimes we're placed in people's lives to teach them something about themselves, and sometimes both. I just saw my tattoo, my teacup. It says, not, my phone just buzzed, not everyone's cup of tea. I am not everyone's cup of tea, okay? I am blunt. I speak my mind. I do not, very rarely do I let people bombard me uh, with anything, their ideas, their they're anything really. Nobody's gonna push me to do anything, and you're not for everyone. Everyone is not for you, and it's okay. The hardest thing that I had to learn about love is that not everybody is meant to be forever. Okay. I didn't want to talk about this, but their spirit's making me. Something about my story is going to help somebody. Okay. Okay. So, a couple years back, I was working in a warehouse. All right. Single. Working in inventory merged me with the receiving team. And these guys trained me on a forklift. Okay. I was the only woman in the entire warehouse that was on a forklift. Okay. And everybody wanted to talk to me. I was bubbly and I was nice and I didn't mind helping people. Well, the warehouse had offered us a big Thanksgiving breakfast because we were in, I don't know if anybody knows about Trademark Global, but they ship all kinds of stuff. Anyways, because it was the holiday season and we were extra busy, it was like peak. And so they bought everybody breakfast. All right. Now, I was unloading and loading trailers. I was also working in the office, calling trailers in. I was in communication with a lot of people. And I'm standing there eating breakfast. Okay. And one of the yard dog drivers goes, and by the way, they call me Karen. And that's okay. Yo, Karen, my boy Georgia over here wants to see your feet. No. Okay. It was funny. And it opened up a door. And I ended up falling very deeply in love with that man. And there's a part of me that still loves the good side of him. We were together for like 2.5 years. And for the majority of the first part of it, bro, we had like 2 fights. 2. We were happy. I thought we were. And then his grandmother died. And we had to come down south for her funeral. I was not going to let him come down here by himself. At that point, I was the only one working. We didn't have enough money to get back to Ohio. So we kind of got stuck. And I know how I feel about my Nana. And I'd be crushed. And he held her up on a pedestal. And she was an amazing woman. She was. I can almost feel like I still talk to her. I think she's with me a lot, actually. It's just amazing, sweet. You can just like feel the the aura, the vibe. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, we had to stay with my mom for like 8 months, and we were finally able to get our own place and go back to Ohio and go get our things. We could have just went back to Ohio and went back to living the way we were, but as a couple, we decided to make things work here. When we got back from Ohio, I thought that, okay, we got our own place. We are able to have our things. He's got a good job. I'm hearing Chris Stapleton's starting over. Well, the road rolls out like a welcome mat to a better place than the one we're at. I ain't got no kind of plan, and I've had all this town I can stand. I love him. My favorite part of that song is the verse where he says, "This might not be an easy time. There's rivers to cross and hills to climb. Some days we might fall apart, and some nights might feel cold and dark. But nobody wins afraid of losing, and the hard roads are the ones worth choosing. Someday we'll look back and smile and know it was worth every mile. It don't matter to me, wherever we are is where I wanna be." I love him so much. There's a fly. I hate flies. Anyways. Ooh, I heard monitoring spirits. Did you guys know that bugs can be monitoring spirits? I just learned this. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyways. Basically, the end of the story is that I thought I was the problem. I thought that I was not being a good partner because no matter what I did, no matter how many times I tried to fix anything, really, no matter what I did, it was a problem. Like, okay, so like I ordered us a pool. I sold my house in Ohio and I ordered us a pool. Comes in on the FedEx truck, right? 16-foot pool, okay? And bitch was, hey. Well, I'm a little hyper independent, so I just flipped and flipped and flipped until that thing was in the backyard. Well, you know, I'd have helped you if you'd asked. And I was like, I didn't need help. It was always something. And there was always some narcissistic blurb that had to come with it. We had so many arguments in that house. And I was so tired of crying. Just like, God, why? Why can't I fix this? I mean, I was doing research. I was looking at psychology, love languages, taking personality tests, you know, pulling tarot every day, starting self-care practices because I realized that he couldn't be my focus. He was all that I wanted. But Spirit kept saying, focus on you. If it's meant to be, it'll be. And I thought that I was doing that. And then there was a night where, because I don't smoke in the house, I had tried to avoid a confrontation. My right ear's ringing. Tried to avoid a confrontation. And he wouldn't let me out of the room. And he got in my face and he was like, do something about it, Catherine. I was like, all right. So I sat down on the bed. And very unlike me, lit my cigarette. And he flicked it right out of the filter. That's all that was left in my mouth was the filter. And he picked up that lit cigarette and puffed on it and blew that smoke in my face. He said, do something about it, Catherine. Thought you didn't get upset anymore. Thought you were unbothered. I see you shaking. So I started to cry. And he went into the bathroom and I finally got up. And at that time, and even still today, if I start feeling anxiety or I hear a train, I go outside and I put my feet in the grass or the dirt or whatever, and I breathe and I listen. He came outside and he kissed me on my cheek and he goes, love you anyway. And right then and there, I realized that that was the abusive behavior that I had been trying to get away from my entire life. You see it. Anyways, I was like, all right, Spirit. I release him. Because I had been told multiple times, like, if he's not going to do what he needs to do, and he don't board this train and put his damn seatbelt on. This train's leaving. And I cried. Because I had finally released control. And I put it in God's hands. And the next day, I wish I could get up and get the damn fly swatter. The next day, my daughter told me that he had been molesting her. Been going on almost the entire time we were together. I am a survivor of sexual assault from my childhood, from my paternal father. I'm going to put a trigger warning in the title somewhere. It was the biggest betrayal ever. You can sleep in the same bed with somebody and not know who they are. But here's where the message comes back around. You have to know who you are and what you are willing to tolerate, what you are willing to put up with. You have to know what you deserve. And it's not our job to convince people. Some people would say, oh, what a piece of shit. And at some points, he was. At some points, I was. Because I was allowing it. I swear to God, y'all. Anyways, I'm trying to wrap this up. We are all products of our environment. We go through things as children, but once we become adults, we have a choice. Right path, left path. I don't want to be on the left path. You don't want to be on the left path. When there is problems in communication, it's because you're not vibrating on the same frequency. It's like trying to talk on walkie-talkies on different channels. It's fucking damn near impossible. Spirit says, whoever you are needing to release, ask yourself this. Are they unwilling to raise their vibration to where I am? Are they willing to give me what I personally need out of this relationship? And if not, baby, don't settle. I don't know if anybody's like, if y'all have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but in the last season, okay, let me rewind a little bit. So when a Slayer dies, the next one comes about, right? It's like the position is filled by the next one, okay? And what Spirit is wanting me to tell you is that motherfucker forfeits their position, guess what, baby? Another one's coming. It might not be in your time, but everything is in divine timing anyways. Take time to think about the lessons that you have learned from this person, people, whatever. 2, 3, 4 on the timer. Woo! And just like the trees release their leaves gracefully, release people with love. Because we're not the judge, the jury, or the executioner, okay? We don't have a right to say what other people deserve. We can only know what we deserve. Okay. Let me see. I'm going to end this with mindful messages. Let's see what Spirit's got for us. That was hard for me to talk about, y'all. Especially here. I'm being led to say, because I'm an advocate for anybody, 243, anybody that has been through sexual trauma. I've been through multiple, and not just sexual. I've been beaten. I've been choked until I passed out. I've been drug across floors by my feet. I've been called every name in the book. I've been abandoned by what feels like pretty much everybody. And this has been a very lonely journey for me. But at the end of the day, I know that I am a good-hearted person. I love my kids. And one day, my person, they're going to show themselves. And I know what I'm looking for. I've learned how to use my discernment. And there's certain requirements now. And that's where boundaries come in. You have to know. And rules, okay? I got new rules, I'll count them. All right. Stick by them. Whatever your rules are that protect you, stick by them. And do not bend or break for anybody, okay? If you're not going to put up with deceitfulness or lying, and even if it's not deceit or lying, all right? Once is a mistake, twice is manipulation. Apology without fixing the behavior is manipulation, okay? Because the only reason they're apologizing is to get you to shut your mouth. And they're just going to continue to do it. And if that's the life you want to live, it's your prerogative, all right? But you don't have to. You don't like the job you're in? Change it. Don't like the person you're with? Change it. Don't like where you live? Change it. There's nothing that you can't do, okay? All right, just gonna mess it. Infinite creativity. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna read the bottom of the deck first just because, whatever. All right. At any moment, I am able to tap in to an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. I didn't know that I was going to have this channel, or that I was going to have subscribers, or that people would even like me. Like, who's going to listen to me? Me. I'm a dork. And I say silly things, and my entire life, I haven't been received very well. But I stepped out of my comfort zone. And I listened to the guidance that was given to me. Okay? All right, let's see what this one is. Play. I am completely engaged in what I do in the here and now. I call it play instead of work. I am deeply fulfilled by all that I do. Spirit just wants us to be happy in everything that we do. That's literally, oh my God, thank you. Boop. That's what I was trying to say. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you don't like it, change it. Because we're meant to not only survive, we're meant to thrive, and we're meant to be happy. And one of the biggest things I've learned is if it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. And don't let anybody convince you otherwise out of obligation or, no, you don't feel like going to work today? Guess what? That company, it's going to survive. You don't feel like cooking today? Order a pizza if you can. If all you can do is sit in your bed and breathe for the day, that is perfectly okay. I've had days like that. I have very low energy days and I have very high energy days. Some days I feel like I'm Superwoman, and other days I feel like death warmed over. Okay? That's life. Okay? And we are literally just all pieces of consciousness having this life experience together, and we're all just trying to figure it out. I just saw 3, 2, 1. We're all just trying to figure it out together. Okay? And people are shitty because they don't give a fuck about healing. It's okay to look out for yourself. It's not okay to hurt other people. Okay? So you set your boundaries and you say, this is what I need. This is what I need from you. And they don't want to give it to you, let them go. Spirit says that by focusing on you, the next one, they're going to knock your socks off. I'm hearing your take back home, home, home girl. Home, home, home girl. You're worthy of love and happiness. And I love you. And I am sending so much love and positive vibes. Okay? Thank you for listening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, guys.